What's up, y'all? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to a new episode of Transcending the Culture. It is your boy, one half of the dynamic duo, James, and I got Cat Queen here with me. What's up, Cat?
Hey, what up?
What's up? What happened to the round? Okay. Listen, what's been going on? How you been? How you been since the last
I'm
time we
doing
was
I'm doing really good. Did the comedy show, guys, at the Grudge House. Saw
Yeah.
them live Mondays.
Yeah.
Transcending the Culture also made an exclusive list of the podcast to watch today.
Listen, when I tell you that was like the best thing to wake up to today to see us on that
Mhm.
list, we are number 12. We are number 12. Listen,
Hey.
when I tell you I'm celebrating that to the fullest. 12 out of 20. I am not tripping. I'm happy. I'm grateful. I'm glad just to be
Mhm.
seen. I think that, and not to, be on ourselves, but I think that we do an amazing job at trying to bring, content, to the network
Mhm.
and to the channel and, definitely to the show that is enjoyable and yet, still, giving the audience something and teaching them something and,
Mhm.
helping them, do something better with themselves. So I'm happy with what we're doing. We are 1 week off of the Legend Awards now, and I still see all of the
Yeah.
posts going up. Everybody's
Mhm.
still posting about it and sharing pictures of the
Mhm.
awards and all that kind of stuff. Have you
Mhm.
been seeing a lot of that?
Yeah, so I've been tagged in a lot of different things, a lot of moments, and I've got a lot of thank yous, and I got a lot of feedback from different people, really, saying that I was a great host and that they were really there, that I was there,
Mm,
especially during a lot of the memorials and
yeah,
where we honored the families. I was really honored to be part of that.
yeah,
So I got a couple messages. I even got some apologies of people saying, oh, I felt like I didn't get to speak to you, or I didn't hug you when I got my award or whatever. And I'm just like,
yeah,
listen, I don't have no bad ill will toward anybody, or
yeah,
so I'm like, everything is good. I had an amazing time. I also was thanked by the twins, Emerald and Jade, that
yeah. We
performed
got to
their
get them on the
song.
podcast.
Yes, they performed their song about autism and how it doesn't define them. And so I was able to, speak to them as an autism parent myself and really give them their flowers. So they messaged me and thanked me and said that I was a great host. And somebody said they thought I was the only host. So it was like, I didn't see nobody else. So I thought that was pretty funny. But I had a great time at the Legend Awards for sure.
Nah, listen, I thought you did an amazing job. Yeah, I thought you did an amazing job. And I believe that was me that said that. Oh, I didn't mean to put that up yet. I just uploaded it. I think they pop up automatically. Um,
Oh, okay.
so for you guys that caught a glimpse of that, I will talk about that in a second. But
Mhm.
the Legend Awards, like I'm really still hyped, from the entire event. Now that we've kind of
Mhm.
had some time and really, just think back to all the stuff that went on and all the powerful performances.
Mhm.
Caesar Rio, he was there, and
Yes.
actually he's
Mhm.
coming on Transcending the Culture on the 20th. So hopefully
Yay, Caesar.
you guys are watching because he is going to be on next week. We are going to have well, actually, I'll wait and I'll actually post that at the end. So I'm not even going to talk about next week. But Caesar
Mhm.
Rio is going to be coming on the 20th. So you guys definitely want to be watching for that. But all that aside, we're going to go ahead and get into our special guest tonight. He has
Mhm.
definitely been on the network before, but this is his introduction to transcending the culture. So let's see. Let me get my. I have some stuff I wanted to kind of go through. Uh, so yeah, he has been on the network, but this is his introduction to transcending the culture. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to once again welcome you guys to a powerful edition of Transcending the Culture right here on UG Digital Podcasting and Radio, the home of authentic conversations, real stories, and a true media safe space for artists, creators, and visionaries from around the world. Again, I am one half of the duo. I am James, and tonight we are diving deep into the world of timeless R&B, soulful storytelling, perseverance, and legacy with a man whose voice has captivated audiences for decades now. From his early beginnings in Seattle to becoming a member of the legendary R&B group Second Nature, to now experiencing a powerful resurgence through social media and viral performances that have introduced him to an entirely new generation. This brother continues to prove that he is real, that he's a real talent, and that real talent never expires. Known for his smooth vocals, emotional delivery, and undeniable influence from the great Luther Vandross, tonight's guest represents everything that we love about classic soul music: authenticity, passion, and heart. You know, I talk to you guys a whole lot about the void in music, the void in R&B, and just, you know, what I feel like we are missing now. I'm not a 90s baby, but I claim it all the time that I am a 90s baby. All I really love is the 90s. But listen, he is definitely filling the void. So we are talking music, culture, longevity, viral success, the evolution of R&B, and what it truly means to keep pushing when the world may stop watching. Please help me and Cat Queen welcome the incredibly talented Darnell Alexander to Transcending the Culture.
Hey, man. Thank you.
Listen,
thanks for having me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said thanks for having me.
Man, listen, you just don't understand how excited I am to bring you on. I think I get excited when we have anybody on the show. But,
you should.
That's just it's primarily because first and foremost, it's a passion. It's a passion for me. I know for a fact it's a passion for Cat Queen. I know this is the first time that you're meeting Cat Queen. Cat and I are first cousins. So
wow. Okay.
We both went to school for journalism. Both have our degrees. Knew that we're kind of doing the same thing, and decided to join forces. So like, it's amazing to, you know, not only be able to do this with family, but to be doing something that you love, and then to have people like yourself on the platform. And regardless of how easy it might seem to get people, it ain't always easy. Sometimes it's hard to get the people who ain't did nothing. They like, so we appreciate you, man.
Well, thanks for having me again. I appreciate it. And you know, like you were talking about in that earlier segment, you know, it's not like we're, you know, missing stuff in R&B. You know, there's a lot of musicians themselves that would say, you know, R&B is not dead. You know, it's always been here and yada, yada, yada. But what I will say is there's a feeling that's missing. You know, if anybody knows about the 80s and 90s R&B, it really, really took you where you wanted to go.
Man, yes, it did.
So,
it absolutely did. I mean, I can remember, hell, from Gladys Knight and the Pips to just like all the different music that was, you know, playing in that era. Rick James and Charlie Wilson and the Gap Band. And,
yeah.
I mean, like for me to be as young as I was at that time, that's kind of all that I knew, because that's what my father was playing. That's what my mother was playing, like the Commodores and like all of that stuff. So it's like all that stuff rings in my head. And then when I listen to a lot of what I hear today, it's like, oh my God, like what are we doing? Where are we at? But I will say there are some amazing artists who are coming onto the scene right now. I mean, you got your Londons, you got your Genevieves, you got your LMAs. Like it's so many people who are coming out now that I feel are kind of bending the rules a little bit and getting a whole lot more creative. So I think you are right when you say that it's not dead, it's never been dead, but there is a feeling that has been missing though.
Yeah, it's a feeling,
Yeah, absolutely. So I would love for you to start off, you know, obviously introducing yourself, but then just kind of giving us kind of a, you know, a quick run of how you got here, how you got to where you are now.
Man, it's crazy, you know, especially coming from the 90s. And I always crack up when I post a video and someone's like, he's not really singing, you know, he's lip syncing. That's not real. And I'm just like, man, you all don't know about the 90s singers. We had to sing.
Yeah.
We had to bring it. especially if you're going to places like, BET Soundstage or the Apollo Theater, they're not going to let you even come on stage unless you have something to offer the masses. But, my career started back in the early 90s,
Yeah.
originally with a group called Third Level. And there was a bunch of brothers that got together and was like, let's make some jams, let's make some hits. We were fortunate enough to be featured on Sir Mix-a-Lot's compilation, Seattle the Dark Side.
Yeah.
And a blessing to be able to work with someone who was so established and had quite a bit of success at that time. After that, then I moved on to Second Nature, and that really elevated my career because we got a chance to perform with other like-minded artists. We did the BET Soundstage with Queen Latifah. We were doing stuff with Boys to Men, and groups like Jean A and all that stuff back then. Just really cool to experience that. It didn't last a long time, but for the time that it did, it gave me a chance to understand a little bit more about how the industry works and really to prepare myself for the future. Even though the music industry has changed so much now, after that, there were so many years that passed by, and I was still honing my skills and then really digging into writing and producing.
Yeah.
And that is really where I found my own sound and voice. And then, fast forward to the world of social media and TikTok and Instagram. And, I had my social media game ready, but I wasn't doing anything much musically, putting out songs here and there and just loving the art of creating music and sharing it with a few people that were following me. And then when I did TikTok, that was just insane. I was like, okay, I'm going to sing in the garage. I like the way it sounds in there. I like the acoustics. It's almost like you're on stage, and post a video. And I wake up the next day and all hell breaks loose. I'm like, what is going on here? And like, what do I do with this? You know what I mean?
I'm a little embarrassed to say that I'm really just catching on to TikTok. Thanks to Cat Queen.
TikTok's a whole nother world, man.
Yeah.
TikTok is a whole nother world.
It is. It really is. I love TikTok. I was one of the people that, when they said they were shutting down, I'm like, no,
Right.
I can't. My baby.
And I was like, I don't care, get rid of it. Because I'm at the time, I'm like, I ain't doing nothing with TikTok. But now I'm like, okay, I'm feeling it a little bit now.
Well, they all serve their purpose, right? So TikTok is where you get to be who you want to be, regardless of what anyone thinks. People can accept you or not, but everybody's doing their thing. Instagram, people are more business minded. Everybody's networking, but you really got to bring, your A game. And then Facebook is just, it's a family friendly page, and we just want to share what we do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. People have like almost a second life you can have on TikTok. Like it's this whole
Literally.
own little community. And like you post something, it's so funny. You'll post something, put your phone down, and then you're like, what is that? You pick it up and like, what the heck? What is going on?
Right.
And it seems like it's always a thing you don't think is gonna like go viral. Like I used to put so much time into these thoughtful, videos and things. And the thing went viral was me dressed as Ice Spice. Like, who
Yeah,
you never really know.
Look, TikTok wants the crazy. They want the real you. They want the you that's in the closet. That's like, I hope nobody sees this. They want that.
But I think that TikTok does what, kind of like what you were talking about earlier with people craving authenticity, people craving real feelings. Like people get on TikTok and spill their guts,
They do.
and and you find comfort, you find camaraderie in that. So when you were coming up and you first started your music career, how did you garner that? Because I always hear about you working with so many different people.
Yeah.
How did you do that? Being a solo artist and then going into groups. How did you hone that skill of being able to work with others?
I'll say obviously I started out solo because I was walking down neighborhoods singing, at the top of my lungs, disturbing the peace. Started doing talent shows, and that was kind of cool because then that was my first opportunity to network with other creators, right? Other singers, other people doing music. And from there, went on to do, after high school and, going out into the real world, I started, meeting a lot of people who were taking it seriously and professionally. And then that's where I learned to, network with other singers. And I'm a person that appreciates other talent. I'm not trying to step on toes. I'm not trying to be better than anyone. I mean, there's room at the top for everybody, is what I always believe.
Mm,
And it's always fun to network with other people who are so gifted and talented, and it really kind of helps you stay on your A game.
mm,
So that's what I would say about that. But that's really where the initial development of learning how to work with people, learning how to network, and really deciding what's going to help elevate my game is just being around people who do what you do and people who do it better,
mhm.
and learn from them.
It's interesting that people always say, you never want to be the smartest person in the room.
Yeah,
But especially for creatives, I feel like you should never be the most creative person. You should never be the person on top, because there's always something to learn, no matter how
yeah,
far you get. Um, we have a comment that says, we we've heard about Darnell the last few shows. Nice to see him on this episode. So we've had a lot of people singing your praises.
yeah,
We've had Ron Ledford
right, yeah,
coming on the show. We really, really love Ron. So it's nice for our fans to really get the FaceTime with you. I've
yeah,
always heard about you, but it's different in person.
right.
Um, you said that you started off singing on the streets and talent shows, and I feel like that's how everyone starts
Yeah.
off. Like me and my best friend used to charge a nickel per song.
Oh
Okay, we had
man,
a
hustling,
we
hustling
had
early in life.
listen. We had a song list. Listen, what you want? Some SWV week? You want some? Our favorite song was the. It's just emotions taking
Yeah,
me over. That
right.
was the one. I tell you, we used to be singing that whenever somebody broke up in middle school. Honey, we
Oh my
get we
goodness.
got a nice song for you.
You were already
Um,
ahead of the game with it, putting emotion on, attaching it to a situation.
I'm like, oh, I heard you got broke up with. You want something to soothe you? Look, only 5 cents, baby. That's it. All I'm gonna charge is a
Oh,
price of an icy. Um, but and you see people like Voice to Men is
yeah,
is another group that grew up really doing that hustling and talent shows and things like that.
yeah,
Um, I saw a TikTok actually earlier that says that we don't really have a lot of talent shows and competitions and things for kids to grow up. And that's how I grew up.
yeah,
Talent shows, church pageants, parades. We would have competition at the end of the parade. There would be a
right.
talent show then. Do you feel like maybe taking some of those things, especially out of the school, and not having kids really compete and shine so early? Do you think that that's something that is contributed into like kids not really having the mental and emotional capacity for these songs? Like we see these very quick, not emotional, songs that go viral and then we forget about them in a year. Do you think that's something that can contribute to that? Like, should we be putting these kids in the talent shows and giving them the opportunity to shine as young as we can?
Well, I always hear that people know if you can sing, you went to church, and we got a lot of people that don't go to church anymore. So we're like, where's the real singers at, right?
Mm, mhm,
But I do agree. I think what I was fortunate enough that when I graduated, there were people just from around the way that were, graduated from college that had, that entrepreneurial spirit. And they
mm,
were throwing talent shows and spending their own money to put on events. They
mhm,
obviously were making money back because people were paying to get in to see this stuff. But I think there's always a place, for kids to develop and grow and be out of trouble if they can go to talent
mhm,
shows, if they can, learn dance and go to events. Like when I was growing up, breakdancing started and everybody would go down. There
mm,
wouldn't be any fights. Everybody would just go and watch all the people with these, with this amazing talent that we've never seen before. Right at the pier back in Seattle, they just, we just get on the bus and go down there and watch all that. And same with the talent shows. There'd be talent shows at high schools. There'd be talent shows in the nightclubs.
mhm,
People just wanted to be a part of finding out what was great in the area.
mhm. I think that's something that like I grew up in performing arts schools and in church and things like that. So we weren't afraid to express ourselves. Kids today,
Yeah,
they think everything is cringe, everything is
it
cringe,
is.
everything
Yeah.
is, I'm nervous.
It's
I
not
can't
cool enough.
it's not
Yeah.
cool. I don't want to be seen. I don't want to be perceived and all
Hmm.
that. And
Yeah.
then, they grow up and they want to do these great things, but they haven't honed in those skills. They haven't, you have to kind of move up that ladder and learn those things. And I think that's something that is greatly missed. We do have Ron Ledford in the building, guys.
What's up,
Hey,
Ron? What's
Ron.
up?
What's up, Ron? What's up, Ron?
Good to see you as always. So I am really unfamiliar with the Seattle music scene.
Oh man.
It's something that I guess is a little before my time, as
Yeah.
I am a '90s baby.
Yeah.
So can you just explain to me how that shaped your earlier sound and your musical career?
You know, again, it was the time too, late '80s. You know, Teddy Riley, Babyface. Jermaine Dupri, all the people from that era were making amazing music, and everybody wanted to sing it. They wanted to sing Tevin Campbell, Keith Washington, Keith Sweat, Johnny Gill. And then when the boy bands came out, in the '90s, everybody wanted to do that, and there was so much talent in Seattle. So Seattle's a very multicultural city. So there's so many people from different walks of life all coming together to sing, dance, and literally you can show up anywhere and somebody's doing something cool and you just want to just check it out. So I was very fortunate to grow up in Seattle and experience all of these things, all the way from breakdancing, to when the New Jack era came out, everybody was dressing like they were in, New Jack City. You know what I mean? Um, and the music was just so powerful and intense. And I remember myself, I just always wanted to, sing that stuff and share that with people. And I think back to what you were saying, I think I remember there was a piece of me that, I didn't want to, mess up or embarrass myself. And now it's just so prevalent, where kids are so afraid. You don't even know who has a gift or not because they're too afraid of being judged. And I think as parents, I'm a new parent, so happy to be one. I have two daughters. To raise these kids with confidence, right? To feel secure no matter what people say, to do you, to be you, and to, not feel judged because you are accepted, to accept yourself, things like that. So, yeah, I could go on.
No, I feel the same way. I'm the youngest of four girls, and they was always trying to make us a group of something.
I bet, man.
But we grew up trying everything, and that's why I
Yeah,
have so many interests, and I'm able to do so many things. Like we do hosting, and I just did my second comedy show on Monday,
congratulations.
and
That's dope.
Yeah.
thank you. But because I was in acting and every Friday we would do a comedy day. That was comedy day. And
Yeah.
it was volunteer. So we would do like a whose line is it anyway? And I would call
All
myself
right.
Wayne Brady. Like I'm up there acting a fool, making a
Yep.
song. But because I did that young and honed in those skills, I'm able to pull from that and I'm not afraid to fail. I'm not afraid to fall over. I'm not afraid to, not do my best because I know that I've done that before and I'm still here. So I'm not, afraid. So I wish that the new generation would
Yeah.
pull that from, us elders, because they be calling me elders
Y-
now. I said
Yeah.
elder.
Right. From the elders.
Elder,
Yeah.
elder millennial. What is that?
Right.
But I think that's something definitely we are trying to pour into our kids and the next generation. So thank you for being a part of that and using
Yeah.
your gifts and your talents toward that and toward the next generation,
Yeah.
especially the different singers you work with and different things like that. So
Well, I feel like we do have the responsibility. A lot of people are like, I don't want to be a role model, blah, blah, blah. I said, if you're putting yourself out there, you're automatically.
Yeah, yeah,
automatically.
yeah. You kind of automatically are.
Yep. So act right.
So you mentioned being a new father. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I got a 2.5-year-old and a 1-year-old, and really the best thing that's ever happened to me, with all the experiences I've had in life. Super cool because I can write, from those experiences. I always look at, the experiences that I had in the past, whether they're good or bad, as learning experiences and growing. So I try to rewrite the history into something great instead of, a lot of times people will look back and feel some type of way, but it's all helped you to get to the better place if you were smart, learned, and grown to be the person you are today.
Yeah. No, I think that's amazing. Like how and kind of tying into what you were just saying, like how has it affected the way that you do your music now that you're a parent?
Oh man. Well, first of all, I'm on autopilot, and I'm always trying to do more. I don't have enough time to do more, and I want to do
Man,
more.
listen, I know.
It's
You know,
not enough time in the day.
no, but they motivate me, and
Yeah.
on my worst day, it's still not a bad day.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. I remember when my son was born, and it was just like autopilot, like doing everything. And
Right.
I was
Let's
getting up
go.
in the middle of the night when he was crying
Mhm.
Yeah.
so she didn't have to get up, and I was doing everything. Now I'm like, he's turning 20 this year. I'm like, thank
Wow.
you. So now that is really, really cool, man. Congratulations.
Michaela's graduating this year, and
Yeah.
I'm just now figuring out what's going on. Like I'm just now
Oh my goodness.
cloud is lifted. Like it's like they just it's like time just go like, and you're like, what
Yeah,
happened? Wait a
that's
minute.
crazy. Yeah, you guys are in a good spot. You can breathe now and really kind of, go after your dreams and goals full force. Because I think what people fail to realize is remembering what life was like before kids and all the time you wasted doing dumb stuff.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
brother.
And I'm like,
Oh
when I
my
look
God.
at like, even, I was still trying to hustle and work my game and blah, blah, blah. But I do look back and I'm like, man, I wasted a lot of time because the level of
Mhm.
intensity that I'm working now and doing things, it's a
Mm,
whole nother, it's a whole nother ball game.
yeah,
And but we're here now.
yeah,
And when you
absolutely.
sing your songs, it's like after having a kid, I just have this love. It like unlocks a little piece of your heart.
Yeah.
Like it's like sometimes I be singing songs, I be thinking about my baby. I'm like, oh my
Oh,
God.
don't
Oh,
even, don't even.
oh, oh.
Yeah.
Especially like Minnie Riperton and
Mm,
when she
mhm.
guys say Maya, 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 Maya. I mean Michaela, Kayla,
Oh my goodness.
that's one of my favorite songs, and it hit different when I had my baby. So
Hmm.
I know that somebody with a voice like yours can
Yeah.
take that feeling and just oh my God. Do you feel like your performance has changed due to the love that you have for your children?
Oh yeah, I gotta watch myself sometimes. I'll be on stage and I'll sing a song. I'm like, wait, wait a minute, wait a minute. Let's
Mhm.
compose ourselves. I can't, I want to give the audience me, but that there's other parts that just, that's like, man, they're understanding what's happening in the moment.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean,
So sweet.
I used to, when my firstborn was born, I used to sing So Amazing to her to get her to sleep. So that's like, oh, I have to like separate myself when I'm singing that because it's like when I think about how precious and sweet that was, it's just like,
Yeah.
man,
Those little moments, it's just
yeah,
makes your heart melt.
yeah.
So now you've been able to share the stage like with some amazing people. Like what have those
Mhm.
experiences of being with these different artists, like what have those done to shape your career, and what have you been able to learn from those experiences?
Yeah, here's the funny thing. So early on when I was in my first group back in like 91 or whatever, and we it was Third Level and we did a show with James Brown. Crazy, right? I'm
Yeah,
like, it's James Brown. He's
I
got the
can
cape.
imagine.
Um, Also did a show in Seattle for Mint Condition. I live in Minneapolis. I haven't
I love
met
you.
those guys, but they're amazing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But this was like, damn near 30 years ago, right? And so
Wow.
when I look back, I go, all of this stuff must have shaped who I am today as an artist because I look at the professionalism, when they're on stage, all the energy they give the audience, and really you're just giving them you. You don't have to, jump up and down and act a fool. You just want to give people like the authenticity of what you're feeling when you sing a song. And that's really what I try to do. Especially now, I'm so grateful to have a second chance, basically, right?
Yeah.
And to be able to, sing, first of all, Luther Vandross, which is a beast.
Uh-huh.
Um, um, you know, there's a special place in my heart for Luther because I felt like we were living the same life, like I was lonely, I was emotional, I was like looking for love forever, looking for love in all the wrong places. But, now I got my baby, so we're okay now. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? So yeah, as an artist now, I'm really appreciative, I'm really grateful, and I just love making people happy and feel something, when I get up on stage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Um,
we love Lufa.
Lufa. Okay. They used to go, when I first started out on TikTok, they were calling me Ja Luther, Ja
yeah.
Luther. I mean, I was getting all the
Oh
nicknames. It was
man.
crazy.
TikTok will name you something crazy.
Yeah, they
Listen,
they they don't
man.
care. They don't care. They're just out there.
But it has to feel good to you to do justice and honor to Luther. Like people listen, they don't play about they Luther,
They
but
don't.
people and
Yep.
Luther fan, like my mom is a Luther fan. She do not play. She will turn a TV off. She's like, oh no, you ain't about to do that to
Hmm.
my man.
Yeah.
So how does it feel to have the chops to do that? How do you feel about that?
Now, piggybacking on what you said, people don't play about Luther. There are some people who are like, nope. And I'm like, I'm okay with that
Yeah.
because no one can touch Luther. Um, you know, real talk. But he was a deep part of my soul, and the way I sing naturally just fits that sound, and I'm just trying to bring that, keep that vibe going into the future. Obviously, it's a little different than his. He's got such a rich tone, all the textures. I mean,
Yeah.
it's really hard to put into words what that is. And so to be able to carry the torch for keeping Luther Vandross's legacy alive is a blessing for me. So I'm just honored to be able to get on stages and do that.
Yeah.
It's important to pass on those recipes. They say we losing recipes, we gotta
Yeah.
pass them on for
Yeah.
sure.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, it's beyond dope just to be able to see the influence that you clearly got from Luther Vandross. To me, it's like the same thing with October London and Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
And you can see the influence. Like, I think that is beautiful, and it's good that we're talking about Luther because obviously you have your new single out, Someone Like You,
Yeah.
and definitely listening to that single, it absolutely draws comparisons to Luther Vandross when you talk to people, when you ask people what they think
Yeah.
of when they listen to the song. Like, kind of tell everybody about Someone Like You.
Man, Jordan, who I did What If with, Jordan Johnston and his dad
Yeah,
Bob
I was
Johnston.
Bob Johnson.
Yeah, they did the music, and when they sent the music over, I'm living life and going through things all the time, so I've got inspiration from many places. And when I heard the music, it instantly, I just heard, like, I wrote the song in like 5 minutes. Um, but then, I took special care into, like, making those backgrounds smooth. Like the backgrounds kind of remind me of like, I wanna love, wanna have, wanna hold you, girl. So make me a believer. Wanna love, that smooth texture. Wanna love you, girl. And so I love thick, rich textures musically and vocally. Luther was all about the backgrounds and the background
Uh,
singers. So yeah, I put a lot of that into Someone Like You.
no, I think it's amazing, man. It's definitely more than anything. It's just good to hear new music from you. Like, what is kind of, I don't want to say timeline, but like,
Yeah.
How are things moving? Like, we have this new single. What are we to look at next, or is it the full project is coming? Or
Look, if T-Pain is watching, I took his advice, and T-Pain was like, "Y'all need to do something new. Like, I'm tired of hearing the same thing, man." And I said, "I got you." So I'm going to be releasing probably a new single every couple of months.
okay,
Different sounds, different vibes. Really just trying to lift people up, make people feel good about music. About
we need it.
putting it on repeat, just stuff that just when I was growing up, that I would just wear the tape out,
Yeah.
till it melted.
Yeah.
So
James.
Huh?
That's James. All
Yeah.
day. Listen.
Yeah.
wear it out,
Guys.
But you know what it is? It's just music for me. Music is therapeutic. Like,
It is.
it's therapeutic, and if you're in a bad place, it gets you out of that place. Like, Kat and I were talking, last episode, because I was dealing with some mental stuff, and
Yeah.
like little depression and that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And if you look at my Instagram this morning, I got all kind of reels of me just in the car, just like, music is therapeutic.
Jamming.
And I'm jamming to something all the time. So, like,
Yeah.
even, just Someone Like You, like, it's good to be able to listen to that, while I'm
And,
driving. And
when I like do these songs, not to interrupt you, but when I do songs, a lot of this stuff is like, a lot of people do write what they've gone through or going through, but I also write about what I want to go through or what I want to experience. So there's a lot that I can write on about my desires and things that I would, envision my life to be like in the future. It's kind of like manifestation, right? But just through music. And like you said, I've gone through, really heavy periods of depression in the past, and music has got me through it, kept me from going over the edge.
Yeah, yeah.
And but what I'll say about depression is when I decided to embrace my purpose, that made all the difference. So now, if I experience any down moments or depression, I look at it as a cloud or a rain cloud that's just gonna just kind of hover for a little bit, and then it's gonna go away, and then I'm gonna get the sun again.
Absolutely. And I love the fact that we are talking about this, because that's, part of what we are all about, here
Yeah.
at Transcending the Culture, and having conversations that go beyond just the entertainment side of it.
Absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely.
What are some of the hardest things that you feel like you have dealt with, throughout your career now?
Oh, after Second Nature broke up, that was really hard for me because I wasn't in a place mentally to decide what to do with the talent, right? I was so used to being carried either by the group or by, the label saying, oh, you're going to do this, or you're going to go this direction or that direction. And I really just wasn't in a place where I was going to carry myself in the direction I wanted to go.
Right.
That was really difficult. But through that, I still, kept my love for music and creating music. And after that, I was in a disco band for a couple of years. That was super fun.
Yeah.
And then, really through writing and creating music, I really figured out that that's what, my heart is, it's like having children. You're creating something magical. And that's really what I look at as something that really drives me to stay here and do what I do.
Now, I think that's definitely amazing. The music industry, I mean, this yourself, that it can be
Yeah.
brutal,
Oh,
mentally
yeah.
and emotionally. Like,
There's a
how
lot
did you
to it.
yeah, like how did you maintain ultimately that belief that this is it, this is what I should be doing, that I belong
Well,
here?
I was told to remember who the I am. I won't say the word. Um, that was a key thing. I also do a lot of mental work, like
Yeah.
yourself, to make sure I'm stable and able to manage everything that's coming at me. You watch social media and you look at stuff, and then you start comparing yourself, or
Mhm.
you'll say I'm not doing enough, or I'm not good enough, and sometimes the chatter gets in your head, and I just turn it off because I know in my heart that this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to be here doing this, and it doesn't matter if it's on a mainstream level or an independent level. This is where I'm supposed to be, So I'm just gonna have fun along the way, and my belief is what I believe is gonna keep the trajectory in an upward direction.
Absolutely. Like, what advice do you give to artists who feel either overlooked or like their time has passed?
Oh my gosh. Um, that's easy to do, right? To feel like no one sees me, because before TikTok, I was like, I got a few followers, I'm doing music, a couple people come to see me at shows and whatnot. But I say to those artists out there who really want to get a breakthrough, don't pay attention to the noise. Don't worry about where you're at right now, but do the work. If you see yourself to be at a certain place, walk in that direction and do not look back, right? Just keep walking. And that's what I do every day. It's like, I know where I'm supposed to be. I'm going to keep walking until I get there. I know I have dreams and goals and aspirations of things I want to experience. I'm going to keep walking that way, because the minute that you decide to stop and turn around, right? It's like a game. The minute that you think that you don't have a chance to make that extra point and you give up, then that you're going to lose, right? But you don't
Absolutely.
know if you don't try. So I say to those artists out there, keep digging in, but mostly believe in yourself, stay authentic, stay real, and have fun, because life's too short to be worried about all this crazy stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What legacy do you ultimately want to leave?
Oh man, I want to be remembered among the greats. Darnell Alexander, the man with the smooth golden voice.
Yeah.
And I'm really working hard to make songs that people will remember, because now it's a different era. Now we have a lot of independent artists who are just as good and relevant as mainstream artists. So in the
Absolutely.
in the independent world, we still have a job to do, and our job is to, you know, make noise and keep the music industry interesting.
Mhm.
I did want to highlight a comment we have says much love to you, Darnell. And then we had Darnell puts his heart and soul into his music, always humble. And then we had someone earlier talking about sing it, baby.
Right?
So it looks like you have a lot of fans in the comments here.
Yeah.
So that just is a testament
Yeah,
of your work ethic and your talent.
absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you. Shout out to all the fans. I mean, I wouldn't be here without them, literally. You know,
Absolutely.
without these people wanting to see me at shows or wanting to, you know, hear different songs. And I'm always thinking about trying to create something for the audience to be entertained by, because that's what we are. We're entertainers. You know, you guys are entertainers. You want to bring stuff to people that people want to hear, people want to see and watch. So, you know, we do have a job to do. So I love it.
Okay. So before we close out, I have
Yeah.
a couple rapid fire questions that I'm going
Oh,
to
sure.
ask you.
Okay.
Did you want to get anything else in, Kat?
I just wanted to ask what's really next for you? Like what do you see is like your pinnacle? Like what is your I know you said that
Yeah.
you are speaking things into
Yep.
existence, and I really love that artists are starting to do that now.
Yeah.
So what do you feel like is the next step for you?
Ideally, I see myself playing with a band with background singers, kind of like Luther did.
Mm.
Touring the world, but really like putting on a show that's just going to keep people, like, give something to remember. Like when I first saw my Luther concert, I'll never forget it. I want to give people an experience they won't forget, that they'll, you know, kind of cherish and, you know, put in a certain place in their hearts to be like, man, you know, this person cared about, you know, singing to us and giving us his whole heart. Just want to move the crowd like Eric B and Rakim, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. I really love live performances. It's
Yeah.
nothing like it. And
Same
you
here.
have the opportunity to improvise, like you can keep stuff going. You could,
Yeah.
it's
Right.
just
Right.
different. Me and James always go to stuff, and I'm trying to get James to start hand dancing with me, dang it. Um but thank you for that. That is something
Yeah.
that I really really love and appreciate, and I'm looking forward to seeing that from you.
Yes.
So James, rapid
All
fire.
right. All right. All right. So a couple more questions for
James.
rapid fire. So here we go, man. Favorite Luther Vandross song of all time?
A House Is Not a Home. Classic.
Bingo. That's my
That
favorite song from Luther.
only
That's what
answer.
that's what I used to sing when I was in talent shows in high school. I couldn't believe it. I didn't even have the music, and I'm up here singing a 7-minute song. Crazy. It was like, if you don't get off the stage, we really think you're good and all, but man, that's a long song.
Tell us one artist you wish you could have performed with.
Joe, it's my favorite.
Okay. Studio session or live stage?
Studio session.
Okay. Song that describes your life right now.
Man, I'd have to think. There's so many different directions my life is going in. Pass.
Okay. One word that defines you in 2026.
Grateful.
Okay. What transcends the culture for you?
Realness.
Okay.
You know,
And
people
last,
just being authentic.
absolutely. And last one. Finish this sentence. Real R&B will never die because.
Because I got you, people. I got you.
That
I
part right
got
there. I
you.
was hoping you would say that.
Yes, that was perfect.
Now,
Mhm.
I think this has been really, really dope, man. I appreciate you. Well, we both appreciate you for coming back through. Where can people find you online? So obviously social media, website,
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Now, for all the people on TikTok, don't be mad at me. TikTok is they got so many rules and guidelines. I swear, I just want to, you know, I want to do all the stuff that I do on Facebook and Instagram. Those are like my two top platforms. And that's Darnell Alexander Music on Instagram, and just under Darnell Alexander, Darnell with one L. Watch out for the imposters, everybody. I'm not messaging people asking you for anything. So if somebody's, you know, trying to take you over to Telegram and steal some information from you, that is not me. TikTok, Darnell Alexander Music, and same with YouTube. But if you want to see all the real content, the best content's going to be on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So they limit me on TikTok. So I try to, do what I can.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for TikTok getting me here, but open up the door, TikTok. Come on now.
Listen, man, nothing but amazingness. We are excited for you. Definitely,
Yeah.
this new single is amazing. Looking forward to the future singles that are going to be coming. So how many more are you planning this year, or how far apart are you spread?
I've got one ready to come out probably in June. I might have two in June. There's a surprise, but I'm not going to tell you what that is.
Okay.
And then I'm working on one right now. I'm in the studio working on one right now that I want to pop after that. So I'm going to try to hit you guys up. I don't know if it'd be every month or every couple of months, but I'm hitting the R&B world with some craziness this year. So
Yeah.
Shows coming up. Any shows coming up?
yeah, I got Cleveland, Ohio on Mother's Day. That's going to be at Another Place venue. Is it Another Place event center and venue?
Yeah.
But that's going to be amazing. And
Ron and I were talking about that. Yeah.
Ron, yeah. And in June, I'll be in Colorado Springs, and I post all of this stuff on my social media. So just stay tuned if you're looking to see where I'm going to perform. I don't have the long list yet, but when I do have something, I always make sure I share it with everybody, put it on my stories and whatnot. So tune in, and I hope to see all these people at my shows so they can, hear the live, the live, not Memorex.
Listen, I'm gonna do my best to try to get out to that show this weekend.
Yeah, man, please do.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, man, we appreciate you. I'm so glad that you came onto the platform. So now this is our second time having you on. UGD Live first, and now you're here on Transcending the Culture. So we absolutely have you back as more is going on. Any kind of final words, final thoughts for everybody?
Love has truly been good to me, and not even one sad day or minute have I had since you come my way. I hope you know I'd gladly go anywhere you take me. It's so amazing to be loved. I'd follow you to the moon and the sky above. And right,
Listen,
it's so amazing. It's so amazing to be loved by everybody.
Luther sitting up there somewhere pissed, like, who's this dude? Like,
he got a lot to say. He had a lot to say.
Listen, man, that is absolutely amazing. And for everybody who is watching, that gives you an idea of what we've been raving about as far as Darnell.
I got chills.
Thank you.
Listen, who put all them hearts or the
Tiffany. We got Tiffany in the building.
Hey.
You got some hearts. Listen.
Right.
She
said, woke me right up.
Man, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm over here ready to hug my bro.
They said I woke him up. I had, when I reposted the video from 2 years ago when I went viral on TikTok, and people were like, "You could just sing me to sleep." I was like, man, I sing my baby to sleep.
You should make a what is the thing where you
a little lullaby?
Pay people to do that. That would be good.
I think I signed up for that deal where people pay to have you do like the special solo private performance, but I haven't had anybody ring the bell yet. But I might have to.
Post on TikTok. You putting people to sleep. I guarantee you.
I forgot what that app was.
What is it called? I forget the app.
What is it? Cameo or
Cameo? Yeah. A lot of people all the celebrities and whatnot. You can talk to them, and they can send messages to your kids and whatnot. So
yeah, that's what you do. Post it on TikTok. You'll get somebody.
You get somebody real quick, because
call me up. I'll sing a song for you.
Well, listen, man, we appreciate you so much.
Thank you for having me, guys.
For coming on, man. We'll definitely have you back.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you again. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Absolutely. You have a good night, man.
Yeah, you too.
All right, y'all. Once again, an amazing show here. Shout out. Thank you again to Darnell Alexander for coming onto the platform. We're so glad that you all were tuned in. I've been looking at these numbers jumping. They jumping up, they jumping down, they jumping up. I appreciate everybody being here. We appreciate all the comments. What's up, Charmaine? Tiff, I saw you down there talking about he woke you right up.
Hey, Sabrina.
Sabrina.
There's a lot of people in the building. Listen,
I
that
know.
voice became a calling or something.
Right.
Listen, everybody just
Look,
came
brought some more
through.
people on. I can.
Yes, Sabrina, and anybody else that missed it, please, you'll be able to rewatch it once we're off of here. It'll be on Facebook and YouTube. If you want to watch it, catch up right now, you can always log on YouTube and rewind and start from the beginning. Because listen, he was trying to serenade me. I feel like I see somebody already had his baby, so he's off limits. But that voice right there, I tell you, ooh wee, goodness, I got chills. I ain't had nobody sing to me that good since I was in the 8th grade. I told somebody to sing me some B2K over the phone.
Listen at you. Well, I think this was dope. I think this was definitely dope. This will go down in history as one of our dopest conversations that we've had here. Tonight's conversation was just a reminder that true artistry can never be duplicated and certainly never erased. A huge thank you to Darnell Alexander for joining us tonight and sharing not only his incredible musical journey, but also his heart, his resilience, and his passion for preserving the soul of real R&B music. In an era where authenticity sometimes feels rare, conversations like these that we had tonight remind us of why music matters, why culture matters, and why voices like Darnell's continue to resonate across generations. So be sure to follow and support Darnell Alexander. He gave you his handle, Darnell Alexander Music. Make sure that you follow me at I am James Grant and Authentically James on Instagram, and then I am James Grant on all other platforms. Miss Cat Queen.
You can follow me at Cat Queen on all platforms and Cat Gotcha on Instagram.
And then, of course, we want to thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. Please make sure that you like the video. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. This will be replaying, so you can definitely come back and catch the replay. You can always go on to the channel and pull up this video as well as all of the other videos that we have done. But we thank you for tuning in to Transcending the Culture tonight right here on UG Digital Podcasting and Radio. Once again, do not forget to subscribe to the channel on YouTube. It is UGD Podcast Radio. Follow us across all social media and keep supporting the independent media that puts culture first. Until next time, keep growing, keep loving, keep elevating, and keep transcending the culture. Did you like that, Cat?
I love it. Bye.
We ain't supposed to pause like this, Cat. What?